There was as we record, NatCon just happened a few days ago in Brussels, and it was cancelled by some local mayor who got carried away and sent in the police. And it made me think something I wanted to ask you about, which is being conservative or on the right essentially illegal now, or virtually illegal? And isn't this kind of the whole project of Lotus Eaters and all these things we do, is just to try and find a way to get these ideas into the culture when they're not really allowed? Some examples would be NatCon, Sam Melia, whatever you think to him, further right, but he got 2 years in prison for stickers. Then you've got, GB News, which I don't even think is right-wing, but it's under constant pressure. Then you have the phenomenon of you allegedly being reposted by the backer of GB News, Sir Paul Marshall, yet you're not really allowed on GB News as far as I can tell. I don't want to get myself snapped, but I notice you're not on there. Whereas we can have people from Navarra Media just proving really that the Overton window is very far to the left. So what we think is the centre is actually the left. And then it extends weird. It's like a weird shaped window. It extends all the way out left, but it doesn't really go right at all. And all these things together made me think, is it essentially illegal to be on the right? Why is that? And will Starmer make it even worse?
I mean, Starmer is definitely going to make it even worse. It's not illegal, mostly. Sometimes it's illegal. If you post something on social media that's right-wing, that could be illegal. But what it is a very tightly controlled box of liberal premises and a very narrow range of discussion within that. And so if you characterize things in a particular way that can be deemed as being a liberal, then that is unacceptable for the most part, and possibly can be illegal. I mean, I think what happened with NatCon is just that. I mean, I don't know why they would want to hold it in Brussels for a start. It's like,
isn't it like in the belly of the beast on purpose or something?
Yeah, but what kind of response did you expect?
Yeah.
Sorry, it's the rules-based order of the... No, the rules are entirely designed to benefit themselves and to punish you. And so if you go and host your conference in Brussels, they will use state power against you, as they did, because the rules don't apply to you. It's basically repressive tolerance. Any amount of extreme left-wing conferences, communist conferences, could be held in Brussels with no police interference at all. But one centre-right Brexiteer conference, which is basically it, and the police are called in, and that should tell you everything you need to know about the Overton window on the continent. Was
it the one mayor getting a bit carried away? Because he did the action equivalent of saying the quiet part out loud. He did the police part out loud. It's much better to oppress people in a subtle way like they normally do. He just went, no, we're just sending the police. And people are like, oh, that looks bad. Yes, we want that, but we don't do that. We secretly want that.
Yeah.
So actually, it was good PR for the NatCon people in the end. But then again, PR doesn't really matter. It only matters in a free society anyway. You know what I mean?
It only matters in a circumstance where voting matters.
Right.
If you don't get to vote for the EU Commission, for example, then It doesn't matter at all.
Yeah, that's a good point. Some people on this sort of online right said, well, these people are not really our people anyway. I mean, I see them as more as my people because I know quite a lot of them, and I was at the event last year in London. But some people said, well, these are just a different elite, Suella Braverman et al. Do you think that's true? Yeah, they are a different elite, and it would be better if they were in charge.
Right. I think Suella Braverman and Nigel Farage would do a better job of running the country than the current bit of Rishi Sunak or Keir Starmer. I mean, there's no question of it.